Welcome back. It's nice to see you again. In this video, you are going to learn how to do the half double crochet stitch. Let's get started. To work the half double crochet stitch, you can use any size hook and yarn, but I will be using my favorite Sandy Bates hook and some tube yarn to demonstrate. The best way to learn any stitch is to make a test swatch starting with 10 or so loose and even chain stitches. If you're new here, feel free to check out my previous videos on the chain stitch and single crochet stitch. Once you have crocheted 10 chain stitches, you will want to work 2 extra chain stitches at the end of that first row. There's 1 and 2. Now take your working yarn and wrap it around your hook from front to back. This is called a yarn over. Skipping those 2 extra chains you just worked, and with the working yarn still wrapped around your hook, insert the hook into the 3rd chain over and use it to grab your working yarn and pull it through the chain stitch. Now you should have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over again, and this time use your hook to pull the working yarn through all 3 of those loops. Let's do it again, one step at a time. Yarn over from back to front and insert your hook into the next empty chain on the foundation row. Grab the working yarn, pull it through, and make sure you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over one more time and pull through all 3 loops. Try not to work with too much tension in either hand, or else you might have a hard time pulling your yarn through the 3 loops at once. If your work starts to curl in on itself, that's normal and it will work itself out as you go along. Once you get to the end of the row, you should be able to count 10 stitches across. Make sure you didn't skip any stitches in your foundation row, and let's work on row number 2. First, you will want to chain 2 and turn. It's okay to make these turning chains a little bit tighter than normal since you won't be working directly into them. Now, this will look a little different than a normal row of single crochet. Go ahead and yarn over and watch where I'm inserting my hook here. It's going to go right under those top 2 loops on the first stitch. Grab your working yarn, yarn over again, and pull it through all 3 loops. Now, you could insert the hook under that 3rd loop on the bottom, but traditionally the half double crochet stitch is just worked underneath that top V shape in each stitch. Practice going back and forth along each row, making sure you have worked exactly 10 half double crochets each time. When I first started to crochet, I had a tendency to drop or add stitches at the end of rows, so it's a good learning exercise to count your stitches if you're new to this. Working those 2 chains every time you turn will also help your rows to maintain a consistent height on each edge. The half double crochet stitch is a little bit looser than the single crochet, but not quite as tall as the double crochet stitch. If you've already made a swatch of single crochet, you'll notice that these 2 stitches are visually very similar. And remember, don't get frustrated if it takes you more than a few tries to get this right. Learning a new skill does take time. Anyway, it would help me out so much if you could subscribe to this channel and leave a comment to tell me what stitch you would like to learn next. As always, have a great day, and I will see you next time.